World Bank reports that our population of 30 million in 2018, up from 19 million in 2010, even as the proportion of those living in urban areas rose from 43.9% to 55.3% in 2017. Meanwhile, estimates from the Ministry of Works and Housing, as indicated by the Minister, indicate that the national housing deficit had reached 2 million in 2019. To address this, we know that we must continue to confront the issue of housing in a manner that matches the pace of urbanization and demographic change. This will mean some 200,000 homes a year when we are at full throttle. We must recognize that successive governments have implemented various housing schemes to address the housing deficit and propel economic growth. While these schemes have been helpful, they tend not to be sustained in a desired manner because of a lack of follow-through of projects from one government to another, high cost of inputs, which is sometimes about 50% of the construction cost, infrastructure cost, which is 10 to 30% of the prices of our homes, the land tenure system, the lack of standardization, and of course, the issue of financing. So for us at the Ministry of Finance, a key part of the challenge is to find a more sustainable financing framework which allows the government, private sector players, private financing such as banks, investment companies, pension funds, and insurance companies, mortgage finance companies to effectively cooperate and work together for progress. This is what Mr. Agliko and the team at the Ministry and the National Housing Task Force of the Ministry of Works and Housing have been working on, and this is part of the realization. So it is in recognition of this that we worked with our partners to operationalize key intervention in the housing market, including this National Housing and Mortgage Initiative, which underpins this gathering today. So the pilot included working closely with TDC, the banks, the two ministries, to come up with a housing range of 170 to 210,000 Ghana cedis. And Mr. President, this was done in 9 to 10 months in a COVID period. We can do better. So, Mr. President, we funded this with 45 million Ghana cedis to support this community that nurses and teachers are going to be renting and owning homes and purchasing homes in Tema. Encouraged by this outcome, we are going to continue to work assiduously to find the National Home Mortgage Fund to about 1 billion cedis as we pledged in the 2019 budget, and to replicate this model communities across our country. Mr. President, we met difficult macro circumstances, but we've been able to stabilize that and also provided free SHS, increased capitation grants, planting for food and jobs, establishment of the commodity exchange, the cleanup of the financial system of about 23 billion cedis, the CAPBAS initiative to support small businesses, and the recently launched 2 billion guarantee fund to support medium to large-scale firms, among others. These are expected to reposition the private sector and enhance the provision of credit, including mortgages, in the country. A nation, Mr. President, of educated entrepreneurs owning their homes, supported by a robust financial architecture.